back some more. Rogue Trader. Where we left off, what happened? Is that after? No, we fixed the planet Janus's problems, and now we're finding ourselves with a whole new problem. That being, I need to get to, where is it? Oh, she won't leave it there. Right. I need to get to Gamma, which is over here. Now, they want me to, like, go to the administrative place first, but I'll be honest, Gamma is where everything's at. But unfortunately, I have to make a dangerous void jump or two in order to get there, and I don't really like the sound of that. You know? Like... I need to go from here to here, which is easy because I've got part there, but then I need to take at least a slightly dangerous route, map it out, and then see if I can't spend the points to get to Grenade. That's kind of scary. Now I can make it a bit safer by spending my 1 point, but... even if I do, it's still going to be unsafe. There's also this nameless star, which I kind of want to go to because there's a phenomenon there. Unending War? Oh, maybe I shouldn't go to Unending War. No, okay. Let's go to here. Let's take a slightly roundabout route. Old Captain retires to the study to ponder on what the future holds, while later their thoughts interrupted by a timid knock on the door. Well, well, well. Looks to me like we're stunning for some more romance. I hope. The Lady Navigator's valet greets you with a deep bow and humbly delivers a tasteful scroll and invites you into a private meeting. Yummy. Unfortunately, the grim darkness of the far future of romance has to be, like, heavily ritualized, I guess. His lordship, her ladyship. What a lazy mod. I'm so disappointed that the single mod that changes a single trigger and nothing else is so lazy. Cassie is completely absorbed in admiring the shelves of her new personal library, which are all but buckling under the weight of the gilded and leather-bound tomes. Upon noticing you, she smiles, not being able to stop herself from rushing to meet you. Dolly, how did you procure these works? By the throne, even your personal collection doesn't have them. I would have remembered. So many unexplored worlds and stories, dozens of unstudied essays. I am utterly astounded. Thank you. I could not dreamt of a better gift. Right, girls, let's not fumble this. Her ruby eyes demurely hide behind her lurid lashes. I was not certain if engaging in this long-forgotten noble ritual was prudent of me, and yet you did everything in accordance with the customs of etiquette. I must admit I rather enjoyed this game. I hope you did too. Right. How do we respond? How do we do this? Okay, saying 2 is just stupid because I'm an actual noble. Number 4 is obviously the breaking it off bit. Touching her hand seems very forward. Like, I would certainly like to, but... like, would she not be offended? let's just go with a nice safe option. Number 1. When I'm with you, Lady Cassia, I become heedless, ready to take on any rituals or trials. Will you accept my feelings? A second later, an invisible force envelops you in a swelling torrent of emotions, and your heart skips every other beat, in time with Lady Navigator's breathing. So she's, like, absolutely adorable, right? When Cassia's powers recede, the austere reserve on her face is replaced for the first time by passion. In her eyes, the curve of her lips, the slight tilt of her head, the small nod and the smile on reddened lips, she holds her hand, pale and trembling. No, I'm seriously wishing I had an etiquette teacher. For skill, let's go for 1. Kiss her hand. I did dare not hope. You're not there. Awkwardly averting her eyes, Cassia hides her blushing face behind a curtain of silver hair. In that case, Lord Captain, what I mean to say isn't... Your servants have done marvellously in their efforts to adapt showmans to my needs and tastes. If I would like to retire after not just stay and you shall see each other. She is so cute. She is actually so cute. She is adorable. I love her. Why do I always spawn me next to the weight of my arms? I don't want to be near him. So, if I were Gola's Karnak, the best place is probably the Center of Prophecy. But let's make it a little safer. And we seem to be fine. Thank goodness for it. Oh, but only give us a single point of insight? Oh dear. Oh, this place is absolutely full of pirates. Wonderful. Appears that a large void ship recently dumped a huge load of junk and faulty parts from orbit. The debris that did not burn up in the atmosphere is now blocking the flow of the mighty river. This dam is causing the river to overflow, flooding the nearby valley. A herd of large-toothed rodents are gathered along the riverbank. If the animals lose their usual habitat, they are doomed. Let's remove the debris. Takes many planetary turns and hundreds of crew members to remove the heaps of trash and unclog the river, letting the waters flow freely once more. Rodents run back to their patches without so much backward glance at the people who saved them. Another burning world. Before you was a burning world, an inhospitable place at the mercy of perpetual inferno, due to its suffering atmosphere and close proximity to System Star. Firestorms on its surface never cease. What could the Casablanca be looking for in such a place? Utilize full capability August, locate something unusual on the planet. After many long hours spent analysing Augur data, the tech priest noticed something unusual. A number of constructions of artificial origin can be detected under the planet's surface. They are too vast and peculiar as have been created by humans, but their geometric shapes and other properties clearly indicate they were put together by sentient beings of some kind. Unfortunately, there are traces of human activity next to the mysterious constructions. It looks like somebody found a way to land on the planet and set up an archaeological dig. These ancient monuments have been stripped of anything of value of interest, but the other burning worlds may yield new discoveries. Yeesh.
Launch batteries, volley.
Yeah, this seems safe. This seems like a sensible, practical decision.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
I probably should have done... Oh no, I've got dorsals.
Salvo. Engage the engines.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
Coordinates set.
Damn it, I forgot to put on the etherics again. That's not great.
Keep up the pressure.
It's an impressive sized ship, to be honest.
Salvo.
Yeah. Nice. That seems to have left them a bit sore. Let's finish the...
Do not pass up this chance to strike our enemies.
Yeah, keep telling me how to do my job.
All clear. Congratulations, Lord Captain.
Oh me, oh my, I didn't realise I could have you do it. With 100 awareness, you just seem to be the best fit. Fortune doesn't seem that interested in channeling the warp. What about this planet? What's here? Promethium. A lot of promethium. We already have a lot of promethium. I'll hold off on that. Tenebris Aqua is probably our best bet, so... let's make the Eldamar route a little safer. Do some charting, visit this place. Ooh! Another ship. This place hasn't had a man time, but not an awful lot. Oh, I should probably, Faster wants something. Yeah, they wanted to give us that flamer, but I'm not interested. This kind of interests me though. Was that one I was like particularly interested in? Honestly, let's do that. Why not? It's not a lot of Enderman time, but we do have a lot of these extractors. So I'll do it. How's Janice looking? Right, we were looking to... Interesting. There was this, which quad mechanisms, right. Actually, let's check out this burning world first. Lots of Promethium. And more bizarre ruins. The bizarre structure observed from orbit appears to be the ruinous estate of a wealthy noble. Further searching reveals the remains of an envirodome, a landing pad, the main manor, and servants' quarters. It is impossible to determine what exactly happened there. The search team has found something truly disturbing in the main hall. An opulently clothed skeleton sitting at the dining table. The table is set with gold plates covered with old blood and piles of bones. The bones on the plates are clearly human, while the remains have been found in the estate. Attached to the remains, Scout team returns to an expensive weapons taken from the skeleton. I'll finish report the Harroway whispering prayers. And it is an assault las gun. That actually sounds pretty nice, but you know. What's the logo, whatever? College's plot. A ship that once traveled the galaxy is now suspended in a silent void like the gnawed carcass of a giant monster. When the rogue trader's void ship approaches, the Vox Martin reports an incoming message. A colony of the Imperium subjects have made their home in the bowels of the ship. They welcome the Lord Captain. This doesn't feel like a trap at all. Oh? Welcome in, ladies. Please, come right in. Our chief shall greet you. You know, let's quickly go. Can you get to work? Nameplate Lore Imperium.
Do these monkeys truly spend their brief lives digging through refuse? Why do they not choose another path? Find another self?
They don't really have the ability to. The plaything with Lethano's prize, the name Lethano serves to remind the history of family from the Coronis Expanse, who invested all they had in a family ship. The ship perished in orbit its main voyage. The Lethano line never recovered from crushing blow. That's a
Keep your wits
shame.
about you.
Hello there, love. Later. A tired-looking woman of indeterminate age, clad in work clothes, breaks off from her task to greet you. She freezes momentarily, clearly unsure how to address you, then says simply, "Your ladyship, please excuse me. I don't really know your name. Welcome to our little colony. May light of the Emperor be with you, and with us. My name's Rita Mashinovova. I'm in charge here." What is this place? Just call herself Rita's crew, and this place is Rita's camp. That's it. We're ecologers. Scavengers, in common terms. She does not speak the word scavengers with any kind of disdain. On the contrary, there's dignity in her voice, the kind with which one would announce their affiliation with a respected guild or family. Passing once to Pascal, she grimly adds, "And our work is all legal, even though your brethren have no liking for us." Pascal stares dispassionately at Rita with a hint of disgust. Evidently, he has not even considered the possibility that replying to this creature's words could be anything other than heresy. You've got your own ship? No, not even close. A luxury like that? You can count the ecology's got their own ship on one hand. No workers hand got stuck in a machinery 3 times as such by a plasma cut twice. We fly with whoever, most just taking our chances. Sometimes hitch a ride and the promise that we'll pay what we find later. Other times we find some other means. Risky business, obviously. 5 or so years back, a crew got dropped off in an abandoned station. But something wasn't right with life support systems. Ship came back to pick them up 2 years later and found nothing but bodies. About 15 years ago, back before I had my first little one, a ship took 3 crews to locations and ran into pirates on the way back. The ships go on expeditions for years at a time, so it was ages before anyone realised they were missing, and it was even long before they remembered the scavengers. Plus it took some time to find a ship that could check on them and pick them up. Long story short, all 3 crews aborted. What do you do here? Right now we're gutting this old heap of junk, slowly but surely. That's a ecologist's life for you. Drop us off at some decrepit station or an ancient battlefield. We just sit there for years on end. We look for working tech or valuable materials, or whatever else might be useful. If we find anything, we sell it to passing ships. Nothing easy to shop out there. Easter eggs chock full of all kinds of dangers. But, and I swear my plasma torch, it's an exciting one for sure. This little bird's got all kinds of bells and whistles. Most of their tech is dead, but we do find working pieces now and again. We spent 2 whole months clearing out this shaft we found. Finished just 3 days ago, actually. But we found this thing a bit weird looking but still functional. Right to the expression Brightsell. Perhaps your ladyship would like to buy this component from us? I bet a ship that'll be you got plenty of use out of it. Scul's voice crackles life. Imperiously he tells her, "Present the object, Lee woman," but curiosity creeps in his voice nonetheless. I'll buy the component. Well, isn't that something? The Emperor himself must smile upon us. I mean, thank you, your ladyship. We'll be pleased with the results. No, your ladyship, it's kind of embarrassing to offer you this. Over in that corner there, we keep things we don't rightly understand or can't really use. You could send some of your people check it out if you'd like. Clearly you know more about the stuff than us. You might find something useful. Can you tell me anything about this wreck? Not much. We're no wreckage, you know. We're manual labour. It's an ancient thing, pretty dangerous, and we don't really know much beyond that. Before we came here, some tech priests done a bit of gutting. I mean, ritualing, bowing to the spirits, all that. That lot don't tend to leave a whole lot of valuables behind, it's true, but it's way too scary to go in before them. And hey, we dragged a dozen of their broken services out of the mines after. The carcasses smell awful, but you can pluck a decent number of parts out of service and sell them. It doesn't seem like there's anything nasty in the wreck now, but the wreck itself is barely holding together. You go a couple of modules from here, that's it, you won't take another step without fearing that broken reactor might kick you alive, or a whole module might depressurize. Well, that's nothing we haven't handled before, so we're having a poke at it. Well, we don't have a clue what this ship is or who it belongs to. You take pride in your trade, I see. Sure do. It takes skill and luck and a good head on your shoulders. We risk our lives every day, crawling on top of the old buckets. If something goes wrong, we die, by the score sometimes. One moment we're there, the next we're gone, kind of like worker ants. You know what, your ladyship? Our job also has something, should I put it, poetic about it. Maybe don't judge me too harshly and don't take it as insolence, but some people, even big people like you, think too highly of themselves. Let's say your ship hops into the warp someday and doesn't hop out of it in time. And around 1,000 years later, another gal like myself and you feed her 3 ankle biters somehow, will be rifling through its remains, looking for anything good. That's just the nature of things. Each of us comes and goes, but the way the world just stays the same. We'll have a lot in life, and mine is just as good as any other. You're amusing, little Monkai. Your life is shorter than moths, and you spend it digging around the carcass of dead beloved metal. But you speak of eternity in the stars. I like that. It's like seeing starlight reflected in the puddle. You speak as if the world is set in stone and none of us can change anything for the better. There's some big things you're talking about, way out my depth. Change it there? Heck, that'd be nice. I need to pause to think. I was younger than the 3 youngsters back home. Maybe I was dreaming about stuff like that too. But as it is, I've got no time for dreaming. I've got to work. I could offer to take her, but honestly, would she even accept it? The job. Let's see. Your leadership. We're defaulted to flustered by no. Please don't take his instance, but it's not like I have much choice. It's not often that we get well-stocked ships around here, and we certainly could use more provisions and more clothes. If it's something you would be willing to provide, we would gladly barter for it with whoever you can different his ship. It's a respectful offer of trade. Aww. I really like her, you know.
That's how it's done.
Nothing from the environment could help. It's propped against the door from the inside. You can hear the piercing sounds of saw and other metal tools. Fair enough. And the piles of rubbish.
Too hard for a simple monkey?
Section for the duty officer on how to access safes. You can obtain the codes to safes by logging into the ship's cogitators. This is so nice. Connect to the cogitator.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
And the cogitator is powered. Not at the industrial. Inspections of the Emperor colony scene. Right, so the cogitator's not working. That's not great. Connect to the cogitator.
Operation successful.
Connect to the cogitator.
When I was a child, I was once initiated into some of the mysteries of tech ministry. I still have questions that you might be able to answer, Magos.
The imparting of knowledge to laity who lack the proper initiation is an unfortunate necessity, not a sign of trust. I am not at liberty to divulge the mysteries granted to me when I received my rank. This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
One thing I really find interesting about Pascal is that he's a Magos, which I would assume is a really high rank in the Tech Priests, but he's also both, I mean, mostly augmented, but also happens to just be running around with us.
Operation successful.
Code to the old safe. In which we find a fractal Eldari blade and some fire grenades. Isn't that nice? I can take you from this place. This is our whole livelihood. You text me, what again? You sit in some holes, same away. Here we go, our own colony operation. I see. That's nice, dear. I respect them a great deal, honestly.
Is there money to be made?
Heinrichs. Speaking of the Lord Captain's new companion.
Heinrichs? That how's
You've been to
pronounced?
footfall. Would you happen to have a special file on Haydari?
If the smuggler had committed enough transgressions for me to have a file on her, Our Shireen Mistress Haydari would have ceased to be a nuisance a long time ago.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, this is a very nice little detour, wasn't it? Seems like there's nothing else for us to do here, but... How wonderful. Let's, dispatch a shuttle. We've got some provisions. But I'm sure it'll pay itself back in time, and even if it doesn't... It's nice to help, isn't it? It's got a chromoplasteel on it. What about this unidentified void ship? A Vox notification from the Orc crew drowns out the usual noise on the bridge. An Imperial vessel, the Dark Piercer, and its escort ships are headed your way. Your archives make no mention of either the ship or its owner. As you consider your course of action, the ship's capturing contacts you first. Introducing yourself as a pilgrim, the captain greets the rogue trader courteously and wants to purchase any information you might have on crystal phlogiston deposits. That's why the captain needs phlogiston. The captain has course after echoes from the Vox. Phlogiston is a part and parcel of many different aspects of life in the Imperium. How exactly his customers can use it is none of his concern, or the pilgrim promises phlogiston will use the good of humanity. JVG remarks as someone without a name is not to be trusted. Deals with such people do not tend to end well. If she were you, she would first find out his secrets and scrupulously remove him from the equation. Pascal becomes visibly animated at the mention of phlogiston. Though indifferent to the prospect of a deal with the shadow individual, Megos nonetheless recommends you find out more about phlogiston deposits. Her own protector would benefit from the knowledge. Sister Argenta sincerely believes the words of the pilgrim. A cowl or a golden aquila are no prerequisites of being his true servant. If the captain sincerely wants to help the Imperium, perhaps by his own methods, there is nothing questionable about extending a helping hand. Ask the captain call himself the pilgrim. Captain Missy has not always done the right thing in his life, but he wants the blessing of the Emperor himself, and has now fought a special path to service him ever since. What's what you will receive in return? The pilgrim has explored the Cronus expanse for years, and knows many of its secrets, promises that you will truly rumors that may be interest to someone of your skills and capabilities. That's not really enough. Looks like Captain Dark Pierce is unsurprised by your action. He's willing to pay in golden securities for any information on phlogiston. Sure, let's do this trade. In gratitude and valuable help, he sends a small box containing ancient maps and documents. They speak of a certain imperial world lost many centuries ago. In a somewhat conspiratorial tone, the pilgrim relates the story about the standoff between two Xenos fleets, which he was told by an acquaintance. The person in question, sadly enough, died at the hands of the Inquisition before they were able to pass on the coordinates for the crash site of one of the Xenos ships. However, the pilgrim knows for a fact the vessel made its demise on an ocean world. Is that so? That's very nice. We'll have to keep out an eye for ocean worlds. And let's move on to Tenebra Sarkway, which sure sounds like a very posh way of saying dark water. The warp jump went surprisingly smoothly. None of the deck officers on duty report any incidents. However, a strange discovery awaited Lord Captain when she returned to her quarters. The bed was unmade, and the impression of a head was still visible on the pillow. There were no other signs of intrusion. The guards swore under oath that nobody entered Lord Captain's quarter. Always nerve-wracking, but oh well. Let's stick our nose into here. The ruins of the space battle. A violent battle is Oh, it's not ruins, it's an actual space battle. Patrol ships from the quarter fleet are tearing apart two small Eldari vessels. Once they are finished, then the void ships give chase after the third, already damaged vessel. Clearly the intention is destroying it as well. Seeing the last ship's impending death, Irilek calls out to the Lord Captain, her voice trembling slightly. Only a rogue traitor's invention that saved the king from the massacre. Isn't there quarter? Stop what you're doing this instant. The Foxmaster relayed Lord's Captain's demand to stop the battle and soon returned to reply. According to the quarter ships, this group of Xenos are malicious criminals. They are guilty of raiding the ship's planets and robbing merchant vessels. Incendiary quarters void ships are intent on performing their duty before the Emperor and exterminating the Xenos. Ireland silently watches the unfolding chase through the glass-stained windows of the captain's bridge. She grimly concedes that no crime should go unpunished, except her kin were flying on transport vessels. It would have been impossible for them to rob a ship, let alone launch a planetary raid. Vessels such as theirs simply lack the firepower to do so, among her lying. You got proof? The patrol's captain reluctantly admits there is no conclusive proof. This system is somewhat timed to target pirates, however this changes nothing, for it seems to have no mercy enemies of humanity. Analyzing the intact void ship, despite the presence of some weaponry, the which Xenos ships are more likely meant for transporting cargo, the Xenos themselves are okay, here's the thing. 70% chance. Stop what you're doing. Unable to engage in open battle against the flagship of foreign dynasty, the patrol ship reluctantly leaves its prey system. Meanwhile, the wounded Xeno ship is rapidly distancing itself from the recent battlefield, attempting to hide in the shadow of the nearest world. Every attempt to contact it is met with frustration. The Voxmaster reports the vessel is in deplorable condition. Who knows how much more the Xeno technology can endure before the irreparable happens? The Eldari are too scared and resentful of the monkey for the recent deaths of the kin to answer incoming hails. Despite this, Ireland is certain she can convince them to cooperate with the Lantak if she's allowed to speak with them. What do you mean persuasion 10%? I didn't realise that my persuasion was that bad. Hello? Yeah, let's take it. Ireland appears so kin to Winston. The words of the outcast cannot make them trust monkey. The pain of loss fills the Eldari hearts. Very recently did the humans destroy 2 vessels of the children of the restaurant, and left for aid? Well, I was able to throw through the mouth of their captive sister. No, the Eldari will not fall for this trick. Trying to outpace the pursuit of the next monkey vessel, the Eldari overload their void ship's drives. One of the damaged engines is unable to bear the strain. Before the eyes of 100 officers, the Juno hip flashes a fiery light blue through the stained glass windows as thousands of tiny dust disperse across the system. Rude officers openly rejoice, offering praise to the Emperor. Today he expands cleans them more filth, the only to humanity. What is this? Not his providence. Only the thin figure of the Eldari stands motionless against the backdrop of the intricate stained glass windows, mourning the fallen in solemn silence. Once the pain in her soul is numbed, she turns to Lord Captain nods, a short gesture of gratitude for their attempt to save those who could hardly be saved. 10%. That was doomed to fail unless I save-scummed the hell out of it. This planet's devoid even the most primitive form of life. However, the crew has made quite a strange discovery. A mirror, lying right in the centre of a huge crater. A complete ordinary mirror frame, by all appearances, in pristine condition. That's incredibly suspect. Let's destroy it. The crew blasts the crater, raining cloud dust that blocks the auger ray. Only destruction impossible for the time being, but it could not survive such a powerful explosion. Definitely not. If there's one thing I believe fully, it's that if you see a suspicious as hell mirror, do not interact, okay? A vision member of the old crew takes a small Xenos vessel drifting through the void. The ship's unpowered and shows no sign of being crewed. Send out the boarding shuttle. The squad boarded the vessel without issue. Corrosion has laid waste to the ship's systems, which led to the death of the entire crew. The interior is full of Eldari corpses. No weapons found aboard, and the dead Xenos, judging by their clothing, were not part of any warrior caste, merely the crew of the now defunct ship. Xenos Irelites claims to have recognized symbols in the dead Eldari's clothes. They were civilian refugees from the craft world Kruderak. This has been a big Debbie Downer of a system, wow.
It is the Emperor's will for us to crush them.
How looks like a flagship post using unknown power? Oh. Joy of joys, it's the bloody Drukari. Just about the nicest people you can find in the galaxy.
Supernova. Let them taste our fury.
Oh, what?
Let the void sort them out.
Yeah, no, those torpedoes are absolutely gonna get us if we do that, so...
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
Just keep firing on them.
Make every shot count. Helmsman, take us in.
Now we spin around to the back. And I can't end there. I love how those move all snake-like. That's kind of cool. Let's just blow up their torpedoes.
Salvo. Make every shot count.
We'll definitely get you.
Engage the engines. Torpedoes away.
Hear the torpedoes firing. If I move you there, okay. If I move you there, what if I move you?
All hands.
I'll move here then,
prepare
see if
for
I can.
acceleration.
They're scratching me up plenty. Let's take a new heading. Because it's very annoying that these guys keep outmaneuvering us.
Coordinates set. Let the void sort them out.
Just the tiniest little lack of distance. Ugh. me when I get you. Wait, can I just explode it now, actually? That's a good idea. Let's do that. Good. That's something. I turn you here.
Fire at will.
What does Will do to deserve it?
Engage the engines.
Nice. And they get torpedoed. Nice. You won 10 void combats. I shouldn't. Advanced ability. Ooh, sharp turning an enemy sounds so useful. And I can also get strafe, which sounds super good as well. Maneuverability is power. Therefore, more maneuverability is more power. Which broadside's tempting? Oh, this is just like better, isn't it? Sweet. I think that's just about everything we've got of interest here, so let's leave. Now then, to Cranach we shall go. Sure, living the administrative world alone is like not a good thing, but also, did you see that demon engine? I do not want to have to do another one of them. Lord Captain, according to the issue in a system of the Kiava government, the main industrial world of Unwilling to his dynasty. However, I should proud to report that attempts to contact Governor Prague have been unsuccessful. But wait. Lord Captain, new report. Kiava government is sending a request to exchange data. Should we accept? Reply with our own request. As you command, Lord Captain. The Void Master switches to nearby comm channel to relay instructions to crew. For several minutes, nothing happens. Lord Captain, report. The manufacturer is ignoring all of our requests and continues to stand its own. When we do not accept their messages, the stronger and more persistent the incoming signals become. I've never seen anything like it. Suddenly a deafening screech erupts from the bridge's vox system. You hear violent tirades of garbled binary code and like in the low chuckles of machinery. Lord Captain, interference detected in the ship's void system. Excited bridge cut from the rest of the void ship. The void ship's bridge Sounds of working cogitators and officers' footsteps. The everyday scene is interrupted by I don't know why I started like that. By no splitting beeping sound, followed by lumens going out. In the dim glow of candles and emergency lights, one of the officers in frame cries out, another falls to her knees, clutching her head. With the beating of boxes, shouts can be heard. What's going on? Those all contact all compartments. One of the bridge officers turns to the throne. Lord Captain, the Fox stations are malfunctioning and overloading the system. None of our outgoing transmissions are getting through. Incoming ones that do make it distorted beyond comprehension. Lord Captain gives the orders to calm down. Goodness. Continue sending orders on the bridge and request status updates in the other compartments. Officers loosen the horizon of the bridge Vox system to the Vox Master, who's leaning over her station. Moments later, cry of surprise. Lord Captain, our transmission is being distorted as we speak. You pressurize the bays, execute depths of the machine cult, disable life support. Listen, even one command gets out. Stop the transmission process at any cost. The Foxmaster nods curtly and connects the tangles of cables coming from the back of her head to the main Vox station. Spirit of the ship, I beseech thee, shield us in this parallel, not that heretical signals pass. Lady sends one command after another. The station groans, shrieks, and sparks under her fingers, and a shock passes through the wires. Blood drips onto the control panel, and Vidish lets out a grinding cry but does not relent. A few moments later, she crumples. The signals have been blocked, and she falls unconscious. Scrap code. The voice belongs to the on-deck engine seat has turned to the Lord Captain from the station. We've been attacked with scrap code, a tech heresy designed to corrupt machines. The transmission received from the planet was infected with this taint and is now running through the ship's veins, on the side to preserve us. The 41 officers appears before the Lord Captain once more. Whatever it is that's attacking us, we have a backup procedure that can circumvent the Vox barrier. The atrium leading to the bridge, there's a terminal for an isolated system that might be unsafe. Unaffected. Blood pop. The pipes in the officer's head burst. The blast of hot air flings the Voidborn away from Lord Captain, his body slamming straight through the cogitator panel. The big frame sprints uncontrollably, the servo skull was jolted by the gust. The fake recorder fogs over, the Vox picking up the crackling of electricity and death cry. Gas on the bridge! The officer and shouts and instantly doubles over, inhaling the poison air. Evacuate immediately. The road trader personally oversees the evacuation. Bring the plasma cutters. Get the wind to the exit. The officers repeat her orders. When the service skull following the rogue trader reaches the doors, they fall to the plasma cutters and crumble outward. The rogue traders are last to leave the bridge. Being on the support beam, the rogue trader takes several deep breaths, trying to flush her lungs with air. Then she straightens, moves her uniform, and heads for a skull known only to her. The service skull follows. The atrium is in a state of panic. Silhouettes skitter about in the dark hall, illuminated only by the flickering of emergency lumens. Without orders and someone's feverish words of prayer can be heard. Having lost all communication, the beheaded ship is writhing in agony. It takes a while for the Lord Captain to find the cogitator mentioned by the fallen officer. The panel of the isolated terminal is riddled with cracks and bloodstains, and on the floor by the terminal, a tech priest is lying in a heap, with his head smashed and technical liquids mixed with blood oozing out of his ports. Yeah. The Lord Captain decides to take her chances restoring the terminal. The rogue trader rips the power key off the tech priest's mechadendrite and opens the cover on the terminal. Sparks fly in her face, but she is confident in her manipulation of tangled wires and clanging levers. After replacing the cover and ensuring the system is restored, the Lord Captain brings up the required data on the screens. Currently, the most frightening situation on the ship is in the arsenal. Some of the distorted commands, despite the British best efforts, still made it into the compartment, and the lower-ranking technomats complied. By raising the temperature inside the ordnance depot, it's about to hit critical levels, and the shells are about to explode, blowing the arsenal and neighbouring compartments to smithereens. The Lord Captain knows the help is needed most. She decides to head to the arsenal herself, because I'm stupid like that. When Lord Captain and the officers she gathered along the way reach the arsenal, the service skull's ocular lens instantly fog over. On the Vox recording, the rogue trader issues commands calmly and succinctly. Execute those responsible for carrying out the arsenal order that came from the bridge and get the compartment sorted. The 3 technician teams immediately head to the overheated reactors, and the privates to the warhead transporters. Hour later, the situation is back to normal. The walk to the bridge is uneventful. The crisis has passed, although the wounded and crippled. The ship nevertheless is returning to its normal operation. Life on the bridge is bustling as ever, even though the people are surrounded by destruction. The senior officers have the situation under control, and the people have been organised. The emergency crew have already finished repairing the pipes. The technomats are setting up cogitating consoles, and the healers are backing up what few corpses there are and examining the wounded. By the comm station, the rogue trader runs into the Voxmaster. Praise the Emperor, you're in one piece, Lord Captain. The situation aboard is satisfactory. I was just in the middle of setting up comm channels. Soon all the Voxcasters will be fully operational. Another man appears in the picture frame, a junior officer, completely out of breath, carrying a heap of scrolls. The Voxmaster nods to him. Ah, here are the reports, Lord Captain. If you find yourself able to return to your station, I can usually give you a rundown on the state of affairs on the ship. Whew! In the grim darkness, etc., etc., there's only dolls. Could you imagine? That would be wonderful. It wouldn't be a grim dark future if that was the case. Lord Captain, the Voxmaster's voice is crowing with exhaustion. The situation is brought under control, more or less. It will take some time to eliminate the consequences of this attack completely, but the vessel is capable of motion. We may even be able to conduct a warp jump if you feel we should leave the system. Allow me to bring you up to date. Fortunately, the bridge suffered only minor losses. The reports mention only a few casualties that have already been replaced. The Alpha Gamma went silent after transmitting the harmful signal. I will refrain from sending inquiries to the industrial world to avoid a second attack. I am afraid we've exhausted our only options for remote analysis. More information can only be obtained by closing the distance or even sending an away party to the planet's surface. The Vox clicks as Heinrich joins the channel. The time has come to remind you about our agreement, Dolly. I must be present in your entourage during your expedition to Alpha Gamma. I'm counting on your cooperation. Sweet. Oh, this is a burning rod for a second. No, it's just nothing. Ashworld. Wants to be the very best, like no one ever was. I do like how so many worlds in this game are genuinely just lumps of rock. It's so funny. Like, yeah, of course not everything's going to be a fecundant paradise. This dwarf planet is marked on the Von Valentius Protectorate charts as Atoll, and serves as a backup source of water for the habitable worlds of neighbouring systems. Due to the abundance of bacteria proliferating in Atoll hydrosphere, the extraction of ice stopped half a century ago. But much to your officer's surprise, the Augurs detected an unidentified mining rig deep underground. Presumably, the extraction is aimed at extracting clay minerals near the planet's core, enriched with iron and other metals. Contact the Extracton's Vox station. The Extracton turns out the Insignia Cordia's latest investment. Its domains is located just within a few jumps of the Chronarch system. While this world is of little value to the Von Valentius dynasty, your officers see this gesture as an attempt to test the boundaries of newly minted rogue traders' leniency. Yep, no, I completely agree with Vishnashil. This is my territory. You belong to me now. I guess Pascal notes the unusual composition of Atlas core. Subsequent development will allow the extraction of rare refractory metals. Heeding his advice, the rogue trader decides to keep the extractant for herself. The people easily assume control as frightened workers in the token security crew do not even attempt to resist. The extractive machines are restarted shortly after. The mass containers filled with precious ore are delivered to the flagship cargo hold. Sweet. That's a bit more plasteel. I don't really want to sell and extract him for this little. There's like a certain cost-benefit analysis that I'm not good at doing.
The litany of ordnance rings out across our decks.
Oh lordy, that's quite a lot of these things, huh? defensive. Alright.
With the force of a supernova.
Chop! Blast them. Fire some torpedoes.
Goes away.
Oh no, please, come closer. This will definitely end well for you. Oh, there's a lot of them. Are you in the cloud or not? Looks like they are. Well, I guess I'll just fire on you, why not?
Let them taste our fury.
Very annoying, I can't ram that. I'm not necessarily sure it'd do us any good,
Make
but
every
you know.
shot count.
Eh? Fine, then do it like this. You like it.
Salvo.
Doesn't mean they're gonna shoot us in the bum, but whatever. I'll live. Seriously, what are you thinking? You are on fire. Should I decide them against? Sure, why not?
With the force
I need
of
to
a
take unnecessary
supernova.
chances.
Make every shot count.
Go here and blast them again. Then go here and finish those
Prepare
off.
for acceleration. Let the void sort them out.
I love that line delivery. Let the void sort them out. Oh, hello there. Aren't you looking particularly explodable today?
Macro cannon. Open fire.
Well, that's just about perfect, isn't it? Now they can't move it down. Not my torpedoes! I needed those to kill you! Let's do a swing run, because if you can Akira slide in a game like this, you're kind of obligated to.
Torpedoes away.
Yep, and just watch.
We are exposed.
Okay. Speaking of exposed, they're like right in front of me.
Supernova. Let them taste our fury.
Go here and blossom at point blank range because I'm nice. Wow, that was easy. Draw up to the side and broadside them. That's what it's all about. How do we get away from those corrupted melted torpedoes? Oh dear. Hi, how are ya?
Coordinates set.
If I extend the range, will it extend the width? I don't think so.
Helmsman, take us in.
These space battles like conceptually interesting and practically not something I want to do.
Keep up the pressure.
Just kind of don't care.
All hands.
Turn out to here.
For acceleration.
Probably can't hit them. No, of course not. You're starting to really get on my nerves. There are some plasma torpedoes. You're welcome.
Our technological superiority was obvious.
Plus 10% critical chance is just amazing. Oh, and I get another upgrade? That's awesome. Reinforce it and... Not if I shift into maximum overdrive. I get to see that now. Now then, Kiavagama, my dearest factory world, what's going on, you problem child? Oh, we've also got some levels going on, so let's do that real quick. It's always nice. A scout? I'll also pick... The rear is my sniping zone, so I kind of want to take that. That's good. Our wonderful Schneschel gets the ability to... what exactly? I kind of want to get Penitent Beacon. I should die for the Emperor. No, should we go together? Because honestly, that affects everyone except our lovely Xenos pet. More armor penetration. Logic. Failing the logic test has scared me silly. No powers, so... Open to the warp just makes them more reliable. That sounds good. Let's give you some lore warp. You can fill in the gap there. Mirrorlet. Yep, that's good. Yep, Lil Xenos is reliable for you. What do I want? Demolition? No, I want demolition so we don't suffer any walls. You do well with some Lil Xenos. Let's get him dual weapon combat so he can always do his bolter and blast. Duragats. Puppet Law Warp and Mental breach is good. Our wonderful sister gets... Hunting Surge is just lots of damage, and... she is a demolitionist. And Jay, I will never be taking Jay on anything, but let's just give her... tactical respite, because she'll be reloading an awful lot of those twin pistols. And a bit of Medicaid, why not? Alright, now we make planetfall. Pigs after all. We're now curious of alarms, scream out Pascal's Vox synthesizer. In an erotic broken rhythm, you sense a call to arms and a warning of danger. Any suggestions on how we should proceed? Start. Let's look around to find out why the arrival of a rogue trader did not elicit the usual fuss. To speak plainly, I would not count on a warm welcome at this rate. Best keep your weapon at the ready. I'll learn nothing by standing here. Let's go.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Pascal, would you
My
kindly...
success is an irrefutable certainty.
These servitors don't seem very well. The servitors before you appear as if they're performing some elaborate and confusing dance. Striking strange poses, they rock back and forth with their arms bent at peculiar angles. Upon your approach, one of the servitors jerks and tries to turn your direction. The rest immediately repeat the motion. Tracing is completed by grating sound, dull clicks just the edge of hearing coming from an unknown source. You realize glance at the servant of the clay. Many of the customs of the monk are terrible, some more insane, disgusting than the rest. That's not thought, seeming not expecting to hear an answer. There's another servitor closest to you. Based on a cursory inspection, you conclude that servitors were designed for precision work on an assembly line, possibly circuit production. The number of high-quality, expensive ornaments in their bodies greatly exceeds basic standards. The servitor's hand moves, slowly reaching toward you. Gently and swiftly, you step away from the servitor. Stretch out his hand as trying to blindly touch you in the space you've already left, and stills once more. It seems his brain is incapable of quickly processing change in its surroundings. Soon enough, you look at the source of the clicking. On the back of one of the servitors, a tumour, oozing with murky ichor, is growing straight through the augments. The relays, coated in inflamed tissue, are blocked, hence the reason for the persistent clicking. A mutation in the servitor? Techways typically reject the use of flawed soft tissue for their constructs. Perhaps something has caused this aggressive growth, and quite recently. Once you twist your hand and you cut too much flesh, the stump suddenly swells and warp consumes the entire relay. Being a mutation caused by warp energies. As his head turns toward you, the Vox built in its throat lets out a strange screeching sound, at which point, in perfect sync, the brainless construct springs into motion and lunges at you.
I'll make an example out of you!
My bad. 80%! This was bad when you fell on 80%.
I'll see to it
Pascal,
personally.
today is your day.
It's as good as done. On it.
Advancing.
Mark it as the kill zone. And mark Pascal as the killer.
Running binary override.
Here, let's get comfortable.
If I must. This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause.
Bang.
You moving? No more. You cannot force me, Elantak. I understand your intent.
Heinrich's gonna probably just do some Heinrichsing, can't he?
Let's see to it. I won't object to it. Let's see to it. But of course, Lord Captain.
Let's just use a bunch of psychic powers all at once, because I'm like that.
Target well.
I trust Heinrich's willpower.
Throne take you.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Desire condemns you.
Splat.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. If I may.
Wouldn't kill each other. Your powers are truly terrifying.
Hurry here. Sure hand.
High momentum.
I will do my duty. An exemplary strike.
Bonk bonk.
Will rule the stars themselves. At your back.
You know what? Let's just do that again. And let's just do that again. And you know, it'll be more efficient if you stand here and do it again.
Reduced to dust.
Oh, there's that. Check out the terminals. You get a log. Scan the data crypt with the contents collected by either previous operators or the machine spirit itself. Using your access, you start the archive stored in this calculator. Needs to be on the Sire. The new protocol was received at the Synod. A great fabricated sense has been executed, despite notice shuddered before changing a standard procedure. Involving your hearts, there's no weakness, brute errors. They have seen pre-assembly. Fabricated sense. Sorry, I just saw your message. How long has it been sitting there? 5 minutes. Hi, yeah. Well, if they're freaking... I'm not saying that on Twitch. But I mean, if they did that, we'd have to kill them. Like, that is a thing that happened a couple of episodes ago. Fabricated sensor unsealed the vaults of the sacred designs, committed those deemed redundant or heretical to purify and disposal. Today, dozens of standard procedures were lost, and replaced by new ones, which fabricated sensor will deliver to those. An error of fabricated sensor calculation, so you serving across knowledge. The knowledge of machine spirit is sufficient to trick the system and subdue to your will. False courier, craft manipulation controls, and you get what you want. The instrumental terminals have already been replaced, and the material delivery systems are being prepared for divine transformation. The execution of the new procedure has been delayed. There are some in our ranks who doubt the words of the fabricated sensor and his votaries, and there are some who are not susceptible to the advancement protocol that carries our tech comrades to enlightenment. May the deliveries of fate be merciful to them. Inaction is death, and I must be returning to our great work. Praise be to the truth that will reveal to part in knowledge. Ooh! Some heretical tech going on. Holy typical console. You log local data crypt and the contents by previous operators. You can access study. Vast data repositories contain millions of streams related to receiving raw materials for processing, shipping processed materials. A secret which will be formed on the machine's coming production line. Manufacturing was operated like one gargantuan well machine. The last record is from 2 months ago. Is that so? Is that so?
Your mind is swathed in blue-grey smoke, Master Van Calox. A heavy color for heavy thoughts, I presume?
You are a dangerous person, Lady Orselio. Well, all navigators are, but your abilities place you in a special category.
I can only hope that's flattery. "60 universal laws and mystery." Is that so? So we don't know what that says yet. So,
I always have a backup plan.
The lumps protruding under the tech priest's bedraggled red robe hint at the mechanism planting in his body. You see his haggard and sickly face under his archaic respiratory equipment. A click, a clank, a barely audible hiss, and only then tech priest Fox finished word identification. Request denied. Pascal tells you his visor gleaming crimson, registering anomalous behavior within this servant's organics and an invalid noosphere response. This unit is compromised. You carefully study the robe-clad figure, a black border of necrosis spread out from around the tech priest's implants. For some reason, his body is rejecting the true flesh. A moment later, you recognize the dominant smell in the bouquet of scents permeating around the tech priest. The scent of rotten meat. Who are you? Legos custos to the machine sanctum, tier 2.0 identification. Where's the fabricator sensor? I only speak with the person in charge of this manufactorum. Denied. The irregularity demands execution of Protocol 3942 in accordance with the fabricator sensor's decree. I'll not be doing anything until I meet the fabricator sensor. Execution and disposal protocol recommended. Bruce draws his weapon and his robe opens. Your senses are hit by a fetid weight of rod. Oh, this place is heretical.
And I will grant none.
Here, let's position herself here. Amelard and Heinrich. Yeah. Pascal! You're definitely going to be my dedicated bodyguard for most of this.
I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
Who if not me?
Mark that. I don't like that those are marked volatile services. Oh, whoops, I activated 2 buff abilities that actually doing anything about it.
I'll see to it personally.
Score the pain.
Right, Hyrix is now boxed in. Let's have those guys fight among themselves.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, yep, no, it's like...
I won't go down easy.
They explode big. That's quite terrifying, actually. Alex is like really injured. Whoa. That's quite something, huh?
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Sorry, Cassia, can I just ask you to like stand there so you
Emperor,
can...
give me strength.
Step back into the cover.
Calox, you can't die here.
We just got here and Van Calox has a concussion. Excuse me. Man, Ray. Just like you to get completely lost.
My ears are ringing.
Those guys explode big. That's like
If it serves your
kind of
cause.
scary.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
That's nice there.
If I must. This tedium is beneath me.
Sure is cute how my Xenos pet keeps
I
thinking
am
she's not
not
my
your
Xenos
Xenos.
pet.
Deal death with my hands. If
Why
it
is she
serves
just
your
a kill
cause.
me?
Someone else can do this. My place is at the fore.
Learn I'm here. Use magic heretic. I am no heretic. Such accusations are heresy.
Target well struck. It will be done.
She's so reckless type. Should be able to finish
Victory
off,
is in
right?
an exemplary strike. Just a minor setback.
Almost, but no.
I will do my duty.
Meanwhile, this fool.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Mark him.
Running by
Strip him.
my vow is to serve.
Kill him. I just get more done if I yell at people. Oh man, how are you doing? I'm doing alright. I'm playing Warhammer,
Successfully terminated.
which is a good thing.
I'll see to it personally.
Damn, that did nothing.
That is foolishness. I am a
Whatever
navigator, not a servitor.
I'm away, chop him up. Let's analyze these bodies. On the sign axe, yeah, that's the little crack grenade. Like jazz? Oh shit. Ooh, plasma pistol. Don't mind if I do. I'm just getting absolutely murked by a bunch of exploders. Unexpected. I'll just leave it on there again.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, that's flesh. That's warp corruption scattered all over the floor. That's great. That's probably fine.
Let us see what I found.
Thank you, my love.
A trivial task.
All has been defeated. Having a woman with 3 eyes is really good for noticing when things are going wrong. 55? I can absolutely tell this is going to be another one
I
though.
always keep my options open.
Speak, Elantark. Kemorak!
Oh, move.
Watch your steps. My reckoning will be swift.
Turn the damn steam off then. Gosh.
My success was inevitable.
Not that I'm entirely sure how you turn it off, but...
I follow my own path.
I'm sure you can. A small, heavily augmented man in a filthy tattered robe stands before you. As you approach, he hesitantly looks up at you, his eyes filled with horror. Yeah, 'cause sent your letter. A portable inscribed with a keyboard hangs from straps at his foot, and you can see his detached cerebral cogitator peeking out from his head. What's this? Another one of the cultist minions? Blackberry's cowls behind his hands, whispering pitifully, No, I'm not a cultist. They tried to corrupt my mind to heresy, but I ran. I'm a Factorum Leximechanic Zeta 86. I performed the rituals the machine spirits found in 95, up until we started going mad. Priests devoted to the Messiah suddenly started praising the dawn of something or other. There it is. They stopped the bells, and they desecrated the sacred machines with unholy symbols. Some of them resisted. Bells grabbed them, tied them up, and then he turned the implants to heresy. I saw the madmen, my former tech comrades, deliberately connect those poor souls to corrupted cogitators. I watched as they were infected with the scrap code. I did nothing to stop them. I reported the violation of the commandment of thine own forge be a true sentinel. Apostate 86, your accesses are hereby revoked. Proceed to your report. I see a rumble coming from Pascal's vault, causing the Vex mechanic to lower his head in fear and contrition. How did you manage to avoid the same fate? I didn't avoid it. They performed the same procedure on me. I felt the touch of unholy code allowed to control me. I abandoned my sacred post and followed one of the traitors, serving his will and gathering all the data for his blasphemous experiments. I was driven by an unholy impulse coming from the depths of my exilic cogitator where the code had lodged itself. Before I found a way to throw off the compulsion, I witnessed horrifying heresy. The extraction of true flesh and its decomposition on altars. Perverse procedures that resulted in heretical abominations. I even accompanied the fallen Magos to the fabricator's center himself and attended the unholy mass he led personally. It was a wicked ritual, full of willful deviations and blatant inaccuracies, all to create an ungodly monster named the Final Dawn. You don't act like the other priests soon affected. Ex-mechanic gestures at the wires connected to sling out from his head. Placed the gifting on the side, I managed to disconnect my external cogitator, which I used for primary data processing. The machine is corrupted, the scrap code is locked inside it like a beast in a cage. Anyone who tries to look inside will fall victim to the heretical program. My primitive brain has been marked by corruption. I still see their silhouettes, hear their interference. I sense them in the functions of my augments. But I was still saved from the great sacrifice. All blessed are the workings of the Messiah and his benediction that shelters the weak from evil. Irex tenses ever so slightly at Lex Mechanic's words. You see his hand casually straight to the handle of his weapon, but the interrogator is in no hurry to act. Sorry, I'm stressing. How do you feel about her? How do I feel about who? Irilette? I like Irilette. I think she's really compelling. At the very least, it's nice having an Eldar who isn't totally up her own bum. Emphasis totally. I need something to spend my channel points. I don't know how those work. You mentioned a monster. Is this some kind of weapon? No, not the constructs that melted down in furnaces and sent to the depths of Manufactorum. There's some kind of semblance of a cogitator. A nightmarish parody of a sacred machine. Powered not by the Omnissiah's grace, but by the unholy spirit and life force of the unfortunates imprisoned on the lower levels. I don't know much, except that the fabricator sensed the sword that machine is special. It was special to him and the crazies who defiled the Omnissiah's abode with obscene blasphemy. For the final ritual, he even called upon one of the Astartes heretics who arrived at Manufactorum. After the start of the uprisings, he did something terrible. Only after that were they able to switch the machine on. That is a true abomination. Even standing near it is unbearable. I believe that even those who have been deprived of the Omnissiah's grace still feel his influence on them. Its monstrous power utilized from the holy computations and chaotic calculations. Whatever that cogitator might spew out at the end of this cycle, no righteous soul should accept its heinous offering. I did that. Have a good one, little. See ya, bye. How do your Chris comrades behave? Like the grace of the Messiah left them entirely, replacing free thought and progress with blackest corruption. I witnessed them desecrating structures blessed by the fabricator sensor himself. And what did the blessings of that rotten trade account for now? Like men possessed, they set upon the sacred instrument and assembled shells in those that didn't make any diagram or blueprint in sacrilege. You mentioned someone in prison on low levels. They lay servants of them. The lay servants of the main units that live in isolated segments under the sacred machine halls. I heard they were locked up in there after the takeover. Then my Christ brethren changed the system for disposing of side waste. The machine didn't cast symbols. After they started the cogitator, they dragged the survivors out of the segments of the machine halls. Well, survivors turned into. They demonstrated exceptional powers of observation and recall for someone who just happened to survive. I'm Lex Mechanic. Gathering data is the purpose of my existence. Seeing what they used me for. They used me against my will. The scrap code turns everyone into slave. If I rid myself of the cogitator, I was forced to serve alongside those who perpetuated these atrocities and witnessed their obscenities. What do you make of it? Sounds something on the side. I must know more. About the final dawn, the fabricated center, his mass, and about this machine as well. I could give you the coordinates, but... Lincoln drops his head. Even though I was present for many blasphemies committed by those heretics, all the details that were captured and processed by my true flesh are in the augmetic that was corrupted by the scrap code. I'm convinced that if I hadn't fought off that foreign compulsion in time, I would have been doomed. The corruption would have spread to my biological cogitator as well. The Lex Mechanic taps his finger on the device hanging from his ear on several wires. I swear that no devout tech priest should come into contact with what's hidden in that one sacred device. Harris's expression shifts. He stares intently at a disconnected implant, and still intact connectors protruding from under the Lex Mechanic's collar. The corner of his mouth twitches involuntarily. Abelard notices the look on Heinrich's face. As he does, he sighs heavily and looks away. Heinrich, what are you thinking? Heinrich does not speak for several seconds, gritting his teeth. Then, in a meditative tone, as though he is musing aloud, he addresses the Lex Mechanic. There may be a way to retrieve the cogitator's contents via another device. Lex Mechanic shakes his head in reproach. Even if the very idea of exposing a honing machine to scrap code wasn't profane in itself, my augmetics are not universally compatible. They cannot be connected to another machine spirit. They were created to interact with the system of my true flesh, to innovate my compulsor unit and output data via the inscriber. Once I am safe, I swear immediately before the cleansing right destroyed. In other words, there is one way to extract data stored in the cogitator. What? I know exactly what he's thinking. I don't like it, but it may be the only thing we have. What are you talking about? If we connect the cogitator to the augmetic system, the Lex Mechanic will serve as a conduit for transmitting the data. We will learn the details, even if they are incomplete, of the things he saw and heard but is now unable to recall. Lex Mechanic, who has been listening to your discussions in puzzlement, finally understands what's going to happen to him. He begins to back away in fear. No, anything but that. I'll die. No, worse than that. I'll succumb to the corruption. I'm begging you, please. I'd rather be burned as a heretic than a scrap code of my biological cogitator. At these words, Heinrich paused for action a second, almost as if he is reconsidering. In failing to offer any resistance against the enemies of the Omnissiah, Unit 886 lost the grace of his machine rank and was recategorized as a resource of the Manufactorum. The defilement and torment of said resource, if committed to advance the struggle against heresy, would not be deemed an apostasy or malfaction against the living soul. Upon expiry in its utility, disposal is recommended. How easily you commit your kin to a demise worse than death! And how swift you are to dismiss them as an object. Heinrich, stop. The leaders of the cult would never discuss anything of importance in front of witnesses. Leave the poor man alone. I need to know where the cogitator is. Even if the heretics' conversation is unimportant, I must know why the machine was so valuable to them. I'll tell you! Lex Mechanic rummages in his fractal clothes until he produces a scrap of parchment. A different augmetic is responsible for my muscle memory. It has a data storage too. I remember where I walked and what I pressed with my fingers. Here are the coordinates and the code. It's possible the code to the bay. I shot the numbers with his fingernail and passed the parchment to Heinrich's. Heinrich's eyes bore into the smaller man's, and at last, having reached some conclusion, turns to you. He's subject to your will, Dolly. She hints at his fate. He has been tainted by corruption. I cannot allow him on my ship. He can seek his own path to salvation. Truth be told, I kind of want to give him the Emperor's mercy, but I didn't like the tone by which they referred to it. This guy makes us stop and hurries away. Heinrich's watch him go. As soon as Kilgrim is purged, he will find himself a place in the changed world. If he doesn't die before then, let's go down. We need to find that cottage. turn off the steam? That's what I want to know. Can we turn off the steam?
I have traveled far darker paths.
I don't... What, so she just ran away and got bloody for nothing? Typical. It's typical. She's not even athletic. What?
I have failed my king.
Stop me.
Yep, so she's a bit injured, but whatever.
An expected result.
Keep your wits about you.
Error. Making adjustments.
I'll learn from this mistake.
The machine god grants me insight.
Ooh, very nice plasma pistol. Never cause plasma explosion. Oh. Plus 10 ballistic skill and 25% critical damage. That's amazing. Let's give you that.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
More 70%. Can't even physically access it. Seriously, how do I turn that steam thing off? Can I even? I don't know. Can we just go back and get healed real quick? This has been one embarrassing failure after another. And I really don't like the idea of my psyker having a brain injury. Wait, why does this Loki look like that one robot from Futurama? The stabby one?
Rise to the top, or get left in the
pattern
dust.
recognition. Headache inducing computer code. Don't just mean computer
Keep a
code.
sharp eye.
Right, we don't have a cipher, so... Right. Oh! That looks like a heretic if I've ever seen one. It's like a normal tech priest, but he's spikier. Fabricator sensor Cubus Delphin. The massive Magos clad in ritual garb lets out a binaric trill and turns to you. From beneath the deep hood of his mantle, two dimly lit eye implants gaze out at you. You hear another binaric tirade, this time clearly addressed to you. What's the matter, little tin comrade? Implants on the blank? Forgotten how to speak properly? You dare address me in the vile tongue of savages? Me, the steward of Kayavagama, lord of the machine world? Kneel, pathetic spawn, if you seek swift disposal. Warhammer belongs to House von Valentius, with whose scion you have the honour of speaking. You're one of the troglodytes who once had the gall to oppress my comrades and resist my will. A messenger from the barbarian who drank the sacred unguents bestowed upon her through others' toil. Very well then, your appearance is the perfect opportunity to teach your ilk a lesson. My name is Cubus Delphim. I once held the title of Fabricator Censor of the Warhammer Manufactorum, but I rejected it, along with the other fetters that hindered progress. Once my faith was flawed, and I led naive fools from the cult mechanicus into the darkness of ignorance. Now I am this world's master, and serve the true gods. You tread upon their territory, and you do not number among their legion servants. Therefore, you must be subject to immediate disposal. As the senior functioning member of the Priesthood of Mars, I, Magos Explorator Pascal Hanuman, declare this temple to the machine god compromise and forthwith forbid all service within it. I dethrone the Fabricator Censor, the ignorant heretic who has betrayed the Messiah, and condemn as anathema any and all standard procedures implemented by him. Let the cycle of the blasphemous operations he has put into motion be discontinued. Pascal switches to binaric, and you hear dissonance burgeoning in the depths of the Forge Cathedral. Some of the giant mechanisms heed his order and go still, whilst others, obeying the Fabricator Censor's will, continue their work. Crashes, explosions, and the clanging of crumbling metal signify that some dissent among the machines has interrupted the manufacturer's production cycle. Hanuman? Liar, you are not him. The immense Hanuman obeys me. His mind is open to the voices of the void, and the scrap code he created protects my world. And I'll not have you, rusted refuse from the misfit cast explorators, call me ignorant. That statement is false. Your regalia has been revoked, and you have been deemed defective and will be eliminated. Pascal turns to you and says dryly, initiating heretic search, designation, Defense Hanuman. I wish to execute the retribution procedure. Well said, well said. I usually prefer negotiating to fighting. Fighting destroys property and wastes resources. But in your case, I'm afraid that extreme measures must be taken. You may be driven by your will to fight, but know this. Warhammer has already been converted. Its lines have been restructured, and its servants have already tasted the fruits of progress. In the crucibles of this manufactorum, torrid metals will be used to forge vessels for sacred spirits. The Adeptus are already tirelessly delving deeper into new mysteries that were once barred by false tenets. You, servants of fake gods, are too late. The entire might of this world will soon rise up against the anathema and his slaves. In the name of the Golden Throne, I will stop you and those who follow you. You assume too much, thus rendering your conclusion invalid. Comrades, plunge the manufactorum of any random variables. I must prepare for the culmination of our great work. Right. And he is such an impressive design though. I can't wait to blow him up.
Let us not dawdle.
Just gonna quickly loop this. What's here? Ooh, Skitarius.
My warp sight reveals something.
Too hard for a simple monkey.
Please do in a combat situation. 1. Leave.
A trivial task.
As you approach the cogitate, you notice a number of deep scratches left by huge claws on its metal surfaces. Despite the apparent damage, the machine seems to be in working condition. Log contains nothing of interest. The maintenance ritual scheduled for the sacred machine moves the bridge and activation log. A few notes of hallucination to my tech priest. Drop the bridge. We do what we want.
Is there money to be made?
Oh, let's build this wall.
To see an Azoriani fail.
Erlet, why did you stand
Nothing's
next to
impossible
it?
for this old officer.
They're not bad at times. Melter Ultima. Ooh. Staff Blood. Those both sound very safe. Yeah. It just seems stronger. I don't know if it is stronger, but it seems stronger. What's the Ultima? Man, I really wish I, like, didn't have such clearly defined roles for everyone, because I would totally be using, like, my melter weapons and stuff. Ugh, whatever. Plasma pistol is so strong. I kind of just want to keep the arc rifle. It's sort of obsolete, but also... Something is howling in the metal housing. The machine spirit's cogitator and lamenting some era of loss. The logic machine spirit's vision troop system. Next to the cogitator system, the vice machine spirit can do nothing toward you, subdued by its defeat at heights in the depths of its lair. Touch the levers and the reels on the control panel. And disturb the slumber of the spirits that reside in the cogitator. The machine dawdles as if still drowsy, nevertheless performs its assigned function. Yep, now I'll do it.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Now then. How about we enter the fight on my terms now? It does mean we are neatly in the middle of two enemies' forces, but do I really care? Not really. Nah, I'd win.
I'll make it happen.
Abelard.
Who, if not me? I'll see to it personally.
That up.
On it.
Abelard move.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
And
It's as
order
good as done.
Abelard.
At your beck and call.
I probably should have just done a swipe then. Oh well.
If I may,
Reduce
Oh.
the dust.
isn't this a job?
Let's
for
have
the
them kill
serfs?
each other. Or not.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
One fewer tongue.
Fair enough.
I'll paint your death in colors.
It will be done.
Let's kill that one.
Victory is imminent. Reduced to dust. At your beck and call.
Kill that one.
I will do my target well struck. It will be done. An exemplary strike. I took care of this one.
Probably have a move here.
Victory is
Rock crate. Endure.
at your beck and
Brace.
call. Indeed.
Offensive stance. And have you...
My competencies are not that universal.
Go here.
Activate calculate.
Mark these idiots as targets.
The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all. Request approved.
I just tase you. That's more like it. Very good. Oh, please, come over here. Step into my parlor. Remember how we can just like move her up aggressively and never start sniping from up here? Right? That seems good.
I approach the designated position.
Stand here. Line up.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. This tedium is beneath me. If I must. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If it serves your
Snipe.
cause.
Let's see what does that Pascal do with that. And send our wonderful Psyker
Get me a
down
target.
to here.
For the throne's glory. Naturally.
Hold on, don't want to get those mulled up. Yeah, I can give him some more movement points, can't I? If I set him here and tell him to shoot.
I need a foothold.
That's pretty good. I forgot his attacks are poisonous.
Focus, Van Kellogg's. Focus.
Tried and tested tactics.
I always get so nervous when the Psyker says something fairly innocuous like focus, because like,
Target well struck.
what do you mean you weren't focusing before? Isn't it like kind of a big deal?
One fewer target. Follow my lead.
I won't compromise my principles. Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
Can you even like I don't know, you can almost send machines for management.
Request approved.
Who, if not me?
Exploiters know
Move him up a little.
forward.
Buff him. No, we
I'll
can
see
buff
to
him
it
a lot though.
personally. I'll make it happen.
And I'll put her in the kill zone so she can kill.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Have Cass do her thingy.
I took care of this one.
Easily cutting down 2 foes. Pushing the can't lure out the other one. The skull then can go here. And zap that thing.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. My vow.
We know what's going on this side here. And it doesn't look good for you. Can she even shoot them? No, not from here. She can from here, so...
Swift and silent.
relocate up.
I
Get
understand
comfortable.
your intent.
Hold the bold. How about we do a nice dismantling attack?
Hear you moving.
Splat.
No more.
Pleasantly straightforward. Power sword, that's nice. What the corpse get up there? And a better arc rifle after 5,000 long cold years. Really? Oh well, whatever. The Sargraph bugs aside, he needed them against me. That has enough sense.
I have learned
hopefully.
much in my exile.
And yep, there's another arc rifle.
I always
Good
keep my
pieces of
options
kit,
open.
honestly. Oh joy, you're right, mate. This pile of human remains, carelessly tossed together, emits a suffocating stench. The torn, gutted bodies once belonged to tech priests, but you cannot spot even a glint of metal anywhere. All their implants are gone. Suddenly one of the ravaged bodies makes the tiniest movement. The tortured man's lips move ever so slightly, his half-closed eyelids twitching. You're right, mate? The man can barely breathe without his respirator implant. It is a miracle he survived the horrific vivisection. But it takes you a single look at the beeping wounds where the organs ripped out to realize death is only a matter of time. As if having sensed your presence, the half-dead man looks to you and sharply inhales hot air. Shin spirit delivered me. The binaric requiem coming from Pascal's Vox signals solemn grin. Upon hearing it, the man's mutilated face twists into a weak semblance of a smile. Brace yourself, I shall help you. The man gasps violently, as if the very thought terrifies him. No, I was robbed of the grace of Deus Mechanicus. Use not your efforts. Hear my confession. A holy magi, these come to heresy. The rest were stripped of their true flesh. Defeat the heresy. Preserve us. Deliver us, never meet your own. Sacred living blood from vessels of the true flesh, while the heart is still beating. With that, Oblivion. As bless me. I knew you would come. Wait so very long. Deliver me from my torment. Gabriel's alien, harsh features are graced with something striking similar to grief and compassion. Such senseless savagery. I attest that 3 categorical requirements for assigning the status of martyr of the faith have been met. Opposition to the enemy, preservation of adherence to dogma, and a brutal death. Requesting the right to extract the subject's organic matter for it to be used in the creation of an honourable servo skull. It's an honour. I'm thankful for its serve. Pascal, your request is granted. Kneeling up the dying man, Pascal, in a decisive yet surprisingly respectful motion, cuts his throat. Wielding a long scalpel, it takes him a mere moments to release the cervical vertebrae from the hold of the muscles and sinew, and to cut the vertebrae, severing the head from the body. Let your service continue, Tech Comrade. Aww. How utterly noble. Oh, I see. At some point I equipped this. I don't remember equipping this. Spread the glory and splendor as my... That explains why that damn annoying thing was following me everywhere. Fair enough. Use trouble with this. It's an ordinary cooling fan. Ugh.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
We should deal with this.
I sense something nearby.
A temporary setback.
Whoopsie daisy. My
I know
bad.
how to take risks.
I'm at your service.
I know to take risks. I probably shouldn't.
I owe you a debt.
Oops.
Watch your steps.
Let's just take
Success
that.
was inevitable. Keep a sharp eye.
That.
A trivial task.
Oof.
Too hard for a simple monkey.
With conjugators, panels, and breakers, buttons, blah blah blah. Data crypt, blah blah blah. Supply protocol. At first glance, the records look like a tipping. At first glance, the records look like a typical shipping report, but after further reading, it becomes apparent that the focus here is not on ore or assembly parts, but augments extracted from living tech priests and spent mass, the flesh of the victims either killed during or for the sake of the machine ritual. Oh, I can see demon engine parts on the line there. That is not good. The production protocol. The log looks damaged, the lines are uneven, and some of the values seem impossible. After a few minutes studying records, you feel your head begin to swim. The stored data can only be comprehended by a twisted mind touched by chaos corruption. The Ascension Board. This record looks like a sermon of some mad chaos worshipper. Log, clearly written from someone else's words, mentions the heartaches use virtue and the cradle of rock's child of truth. Wretched.
I always have a backup
Absolutely
plan.
wretched. Let's get going. Oh, I never actually stopped to check if there was anything interesting over here. There kind of is actually. Hold on.
Let us not dawdle.
Ooh, what's in here then? I'm sorry that I asked. Numerous wires and pipes run into the filthy cages, which are filled with what looks like a conglomeration of human bodies. You cannot make out who is in the cage, but bright blue sparks flash intermittently in the darkness, while the mass of flesh twitches and shudders. Hyrax casts a scrutinizing eye over one of the cages before withdrawing his weapon and approaching to examine what lies inside. Through the metal bars, you see it truly is a pile of human bodies, or something that used to be. Unconsciously deformed bodies are fused together in places where others were severed using saws and knives, leaving wounds seeping pus and slime, wounds that are hallucinating and sprouting tendons. Rods connecting the wires run to nearby cottage brittle with flesh. When the human heads turn to you, mercy. Mercy, make it stop. Examine the pulsating mass of flesh. The creature in the cage seems to be composed of several bodies joined together. You see no sutures or any other means by which separate parts could have been connected. Among the layers of meat, you can discern large knots of muscle, various limbs, exposed bone, parts of face, and entire heads. Only warp sorcery capable of creating such an abomination will preserve the ability to live on. What is this? Heinrich takes in his surroundings and once again fixes attention on the contents nearest cage. I'm beginning to have some idea. The ex-mechanic mentioned the inhabitants of the low levels had been imprisoned in their homes. He said some of them were brought here. The cultists did something to those poor people in their own home, and are now studying the result. Have you ever seen anything like this before? I've seen a great deal, Rogue Trader. That includes mutations caused by the Sorcerer of Chaos. What frightens me most is not their repulsive form, but what is hiding beneath it. Human soul in torment. Chaos never forgets to ensure its victims remain, but take it to suffer. Ex-mechanic talked about some kind of slag waste disposal and chaos symbols on machines. What are the Arch Enemy's minions doing to people on low levels? To know the workings of dark sorcery means allowing corruption to oneself. These are warp mutations, no doubt. Perhaps there was some side effect, and that is why they were brought here, to be connected to senses and cogitators. Even fallen tech priests who rejected the Omniscience driven by perpetual hunger for knowledge. Why are they hooked up to cogitators? Harris carefully studied the screens of the computing machines. Technis, corrupted by the scrap code, I'm sure. It's unlikely we'll be able to extract anything of value from their data crypts. Thinking, Harris clenches his fist and bites down on a knuckle, and recalls when the mutant from the nearest cage reaches a hand out into the bars. You. A female face watches you from within the gloom of the cage. Even though half of her head has been turned into a mess of bones and lumpy growths, a single eye looks up with surprising amount of intelligence. You promised! You promised us! The words echoed by the other voices in the depths of the cages. Heinrich leans toward the cage, but there's sufficient distance to ensure that the mutants cannot reach him. Who are you talking to? What did they promise you? Who are they? You took us to the Inferno. You promised a reward. Her face contorts into a grimace, and the creature's lips stick together like melted wax. I'll be damned. They can still speak. I remember the people who did this to them. Heinrich balls his fist into powerless rage, and he frowns and thought, perhaps a little biomancy will allow us to draw fragments of knowledge out of them. Trigger further changes. Noticing Pascal's sober interest in the proceedings, which he is dutifully recording in a data state, Abla raised a brow. Esteemed Magos, these are your comrades. If I may ask, do you feel any compassion for them? Or at the very least, regret? Regret for the losses that these poor people represent to the Adeptus Mechanicus? Negative. What I am currently observing is not my tech comrades, but merely their biological function remains fashioned into a specimen of an unnatural perversion of technology. I am under no directives to feel any affinity for such specimens. What do you want to do? My psycho abilities allow me to affect the human body. It is one of the most effective tools used against individuals who resist questioning. But if you're suggesting I want to use it, I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself. The effective warp energy will likely lead to explosive reaction. I do not know the precise mechanism of this mutation. The result could be even more monstrous in its current state. Henrix, let this go. You're only prolonging their suffering. I am inclined to relieve their suffering. At the moment, this existence such a state is pure torture to people locked in these sheaths. It seems to me your mind is already made up. These people need deliverance from their suffering. And what do you know? I've got this fancy new melter gun. Henrix wavers for another moment and then leans over the cogitators. Each machine has cables attached. I may not know the nature of these machines, but it isn't too difficult to increase the voltage. Switch here. You hear the crack of electricity. The wires glow with blue sparks, and the creatures locked in the cage drop lifelessly to the floor. A sharp tang of burned meat hangs in the air. That's that then. Do you know what bothers me, Rogue Trader? The number of people here. There are too few. The lower levels of similar manufacturers are inhabited by millions. What happened to the rest of them? I know I won't like the answer. Let's go. We still haven't done what we came here to do. Joy of joys. Things.
Is there money to be made?
It's always purple, isn't it? A massive cogitator grows out of metal bulkheads like a grotesque tumour. A hollow roar sounds from deep within the metal housing. Whatever spurred the computer interaction is enough power to supply a small command centre. As soon as your eyes fall upon the cogitator, you feel a tingling in your temples. Every nook, every component in the machine radiates a sense of wrongness. One is difficult to explain, but none less palpable for that. As though the construct itself defies both physics and perspective. Heinrichs makes a warning gesture. His voice, ringing a slight retention, is threaded with disquiet. Stop, Dolly. This is a creation of the Ark Enemy. Don't go near it. You've done enough for me and my mission. Don't put yourself at risk now. As soon as Heinrich takes another step toward the cogitator, and emits a deafening shriek like hundreds of metal needles driving into toughened glass, as though sensing the stranger. Wincing, Heinrich approaches the control panel and bends down towards the screen. Despite the heat clogging the room, you feel an ice-cold breeze. Heinrich is clearly using his psychopath ability to try and fend off the pernicious effects of the Chaos artifact. The omniscience grace has not touched this object. This mechanism was not desecrated but born flawed and unnatural. I am most profane. Initiating observation lock. Let not fear stand in the path of knowledge. A minute passes, then another. Watch Heinrich examine the cogitator, his eyes scan the screens, his hands darting from the reel to the lever, sometimes hovering uncertainly over the next switch, which almost immediately receives a coating of frost. At some point, you hear his voice, almost a whisper, barely audible above the clang of a machine. Sacrifices moment. Sacrifice every minute. Heinrich looks at you, his eyes darken now, appearing almost black in his white face. Hecatomb determines this cursed machine is down in the low levels. The auxiliary enumerator controls the system of delivering molten waste under the manufacturer's main building. Its cogitator is fueled by the energy harnessed from thousands of people who are flowing beneath our feet as slag waste as we speak. But I cannot even imagine the reason for sacrificing all these people. It's inconceivable. Now we know why the fabricator sensor prized this monster so highly. The cursed tech priest and associates created something that went beyond the limits of the Omnissiah's power. This machine is designed to produce myriad possibilities using warp sorcery. It must finish its task. It predicts the future, darling. Heinrich, are you alright? I'll be fine. It predicts the future? How is that even possible? Do not attempt to gain any insight in the essence of the machines created by the Ark Enemy. At least not if you value your soul. Having encountered the heretics' mechanical abominations before, truly fathom their nature to allow a particle of death into your heart. The fruit they bear, no matter how boring their instruments, the fruit they bear could be useful. You intend to let a creation from beyond the veil do what it was designed to do? And it stares at Heinrich's astonishment. Is it not your calling to protect your kind from the schemes of tension and silent thresh? You cannot understand, Xenos. Knowing one's enemy is the path toward destroying them. If in order to prevent countless future calamities, I must perpetuate one of my own, such as my duty to the Golden Throne. Not only do you not keep watch over your kin, you even sacrifice your own soul to your dead god. It's astounding. No, the cult's filthy wraithings are not worth that. What he extracted from storage drives will be enough. We need to stop the cogitator, for the sake of the people still alive down there. Rex vacillates for another second, and shakes his head as though clearing away mental fog. I almost succumbed to the Ark Enemy's old trick, the lure of the unattainable, the primary of all traps that Chaos set for unwary souls. Adrex's movements are exact and purposeful, unlike his earlier operation of the cogitator. One after another, the cogitator screens begin to fade to black, and the roar coming from inside the machine quietens to a barely perceptible howl, which you imagine you hear notes of dejection. Screw you, Chaos! Heinrich bends over the keys and flinches from an electric shock. His head snaps back unnaturally and sees lips moving. The cogitator sounds a roar that grows louder by the second. Oh!
I am prey for no creature.
It's as good as done.
Seems like today's your day, Heinrich.
Who, if not
Not
me?
just because you're standing right next to the damn thing.
see to it personally. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done.
I don't really want to use a psych power already, so let's just hate the thing.
Let's see to it. But of course, Lord Captain.
Oh, jeez. Great. That's great.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
That is some power, huh? Wow, I spent his entire time doing that. Yeesh, better them than me, huh?
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Suddenly I get the feeling psychics aren't like... psychic powers aren't really what we want to be using today. Call it a hunch.
Request approved. My vow is to serve. Successfully terminated. The Omniscient
Juices it.
comprehends all.
Our esteemed Magos has fallen.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If I must. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
And having her do that sounds
I
amazing.
understand your intent.
Well, claim the bounty on that.
If it serves your cause. Pay with your blood in the name of Kaela Mensha Kane! Ancestors guide me. No weakness is hidden from my sight. I deal death with my hands.
And I shot you. And I shot
Tedium is
you.
beneath you moving no more.
That's pretty good. And what am I even looking at here? This is a mess. Incredible.
An exemplary strike. I will do my one for you, target.
Especially bonked the last one.
At your beck and call.
Nothing
Don't
stands
care.
against me. The Inquisition sends their regards. Let's see to it. Naturally.
And we have some temp wounds.
Duty go hand in hand.
I love the little detail, the fact they do not care about friendly fire. Like, I know that most enemies in this game don't care about friendly fire, practically speaking, but these guys just like, shoot chain attacks in a room full of their kin. I wouldn't call them allies. I don't know.
I won't stand for it.
Why are the combat zones overlapping? Why do I have like 3 attack zones? This is ridiculous. Whatever. Abelard, I'm confused. Get rid of these things.
Victory is imminent.
I'll see to it personally. Your end was inevitable.
It's easy to forget that I have a gun and I know how to use it.
Who if not me?
Oh, a herald as well. Joyous.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Cassie, my love, I don't suppose you could, like,
Fields are
put
always
all of them in
drowned
the
in
center?
scarlet. Another fur painted black.
Cool. It'd be really funny if they did that again. No, okay. Well, they just laser it. Bang.
Death with my hands. I am not your pet monkey. I understand your intent. I am not your Zeke.
That's more like it.
No
Let's just
matter
go and breach again. Kill.
one, you are target. My
Take this
fate is
guy.
at the ball. I will do my duty.
Make it reckless.
It will be done.
Swing.
Indeed.
And swing.
I'd rather not.
And swing.
For the throne's glory.
Alex charged in.
Let's
And blast out a thing. Fortunately, I can't
I
charge
won't
again,
object
but I'll
to
have
it.
him quickly reload. Okay.
I'll see to it personally.
Oh yeah, well,
It's as good as done.
my shooting may be lacking, but Heinrich's sword arm is strong as ever. Oh, that was horrifying. Let's never have to do that again. Heinrich stares at the smouldering ashes of the demon, and then looks at the destroyed cogitator. The furrow on his brow smooths out, as his face looks almost contented. The corruption of chaos is no more. I heard the fabricator sensor did not have time to pass on the secrets of this creature to his associates, and I hope that survivors down the low levels can hold until we liberate Kav Gamma. There's more wisdom in you than I thought at first. One must never touch what's created by. I can do without the Xenos moralizing. Know your place. I never forget it, Monk. Girl, I know. I know. This is my job. I saw something happen to you, Heinrich. What happened when you touched the machine? Heinrich shakes his head and waves away the questions. His movements sharp and unnatural. Talk about it later, but right now... I must thank you, Dolly. Without your help and cooperation, I doubt I would have reached the depths of Kiavagama and learned the truth behind my agent's dispatches and reports. I never ended up here, and I would never have succeeded in hampering the cult's activities. Here I hope, esteemed interrogator, that your keen interest in the Von Valentius world has been satisfied. Oh? Apart from the fact that the world is still seized by the Arch Enemy's corruption, its populace is infected with heresy, and the once sacred machines at the manufacturer room have been turned into weapons against humanity? Quite satisfied, yes. My business on Kiavagama is concluded. It's time to return to the mission I brought you to the industrial world. Anything I'll ask you as an audience when you return to the ship. Yikes. Crippled arm is
Keep your wits
not
about
great.
you.
We still have much more to do on this world, but for now, I think a moment's rest would be good. Maybe someone get us like some duct tape for the make us his arm. There's no point in proceeding when I've got infinite heals on this difficulty level, and oh yeah, our esteemed Magus has just lost all his attacking stats and I don't need him to suffer from that. Let's also take this chance to level up once again. More intelligence is good. Ooh, I kind of want a plasma pistol. But no, I need more persuasion. Oh, but I really want someone to be using a plasma pistol, you know? I'm tired of using a stub revolver and a Mars pattern sword. I deserve to look awesome. And but then also, no. No. I'll take the persuasion. Or, oh no, I can even improve my intelligence, actually. Stop straight. Yeah, let's do that. Just make me more intelligent. Improves my law. Everything. Because as you saw, the sniper rifle was actually doing me a lot of service. If anything, I could probably swap the sniper rifle out for, like, a las rifle or something. Because, like, this assault las gun is... I don't know. The Stealer rifle seems better. Hold on, let's take that. Plus it looks nicer. Do I have any power swords? I do. And yeah, let's swap out that for a power sword. guess, unless a faux hammer. Oh, right, the levels. Never neglect weapon skill. Ooh. Yeah, no, instant retribution seems like really good on him. Let's take it. You also want more intelligence. Increasing tech use is just really good for you. Yeah, more perception's nice. Reducing enemy armor is nice. Ballistic skills really important. Bit more armor penetration is always nice. Patch up the ballistic skill. I think just passive armor is great for someone who's otherwise just kind of not got anything special going on. You get more willpower so you can explode as much. Endurance, why not? Ballistic skill, of course. Stronger together is always just good. It's bonus to everyone. Use some more agility. Sure, take finesse, why not? Let us finish our business here. And then we just sit and wait for them to walk. No, wait, that's not necessary. Don't. We could just walk forward and kill.
Traveling in the company of Monkey is very unusual and enlightening.
Where the human is driven by a desire for
Knowledge of war, let's see. Nature structures alters niche. Miss some floating totems for seas of strings of nines. No, yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, Leech. wretched thing. This crucified body, the laws of magic can legitimate abundance of blood, they will protect the priest alive. Oh, delightful.
I always get the job done.
Reservoirs of blood, an ingredient from the fire rituals and replace the ordinary protocols. Wow, we've managed to go off in quite the direction here, haven't we? Anyway, this is horrifying, and your name is Dementus, which one step away from being literally insane. The tech priest tears himself away from reading his data slate and looks up at you. His respiratory organs is missing. Instead, the lower half of his face is covered in deathly pale artificial flesh. You take note of the multitude of fresh organs attached to his head. They seem to have inserted haphazardly, and pus is seeping from the untreated wounds. I heard your footsteps in the void. You're Von Valentius, are you not? Pascal exchanges a series of binary signals in the tech priest before saying menacingly, initiating a arrest procedure. This unit is using a fabricated identification code, which constitutes a grade 4 transgression. Identify yourself. My name is Dementus Hanuman. I believe it is familiar to you. A statement is false. The unit stands accused of identity theft. I'm guilty of many things, but not the transgression you speak of. I have stolen nothing for you, my tech comrade, unlike many others who have indeed robbed you. I'm giving you a chance to explain by using the name of another. Another? I have the right to bear this name. It is my humble inheritance, which I received from Archmagus Anima. A moment. Who announced it is the betrayer his ideas? Blessed Amina taught us the cycle must be discontinued, and it seems I have become his best student. Now I aspire to know all, comprehend all, as the Unum size will. Blasphemy. Should you continue these sacrilegious mentions of sacred litanies and heretical perversions of the blessed Amna's philosophy, you will be destroyed. You wish to sound outraged, but I sense your curiosity. I understand. Knowledge is intoxicating. This craving for new knowledge gnaws on me as well, but be patient. I am deciphering a great mystery, and my name became the start of the key. I analysed the archives and found it in places where it should not be. Hanuman, Hanuman, Hanuman. I kept seeing this marker upon the traces of a great plot. The deception created by Archmagus Amanat. No sound mind is capable of such twisted cunning, but my mind was no longer sane. It could no longer stay within the narrow confines of the norm. Every new discovery loosened the imperatives of obedience and granted ever greater freedom. I avoided little traps of the maimed hunter who seeks to hide the truth. Words mean little. Do you want to show you the truth? You're a heretic, are you not? Merely a seeker of knowledge. However, the experiments I have conducted extend far beyond the allowed limits of an ordinary transmechanic tasked with maintaining a planetary vox array. But ever since I received that strange signal, my ears have been open to what I previously considered to be forbidden knowledge. Every night since then, I have been tuning my vox station to their very frequency and listening to the noises. Am I a heretic? The fabricator sensor didn't think so. He conducted inspections, but he did not prohibit my research. Later, when a mysterious visitor revealed the truth to his optics, he came to me once more. I nurtured the scrap code for him in the depths of my mind. It lives there still, eating through my synapses and building new connections that are open to the new knowledge of change. Is freedom heresy? If so, then I'm a heretic. The reason for the failure of this unit's operations has been established. You have fallen victim to the cognitive corruption. I almost said corruptive corruption of chaos. Your computing process has been disrupted. You are defective. Defective? I reveal the truth. I comprehend just as the Omnissiah commands. Meanwhile, your mind thrashes about in the cage of data files. So which one of us is defective? Pascal, do you have any preferences regarding the killing of your former tech comrade? Pascal switches technically as Fox erupting a series of binary signals. There is no need for secrecy. Let her understand. The heretic nods in your direction as well. Following a voluntary surrender, I will be willing to commute the punishment of immediate destruction to arrest and isolation, for the purposes of conducting an autopsy investigation. Does that not violate some protocol, rather? D tech comrade, does it not violate the dogma of purity? Pascal says no, see. No possible familiarity with matters related to the fate of the blessed armor justifies this violation. Well, I for one am not willing to let him live. Voices warned me this man.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Like, usually, you know, I'm all, yeah, we should totally talk this out. Oh yeah, there's definitely some valuable resource we can gather from this. This guy's so, like, cooked on heretic sauce. I'm not even gonna, like, entertain a notion. Just let him die, yo. It's for the betterment of all.
On it.
My blood.
I'll make it happen.
There's the kill zone.
Who, if
There's
not
the
me?
blood zone. There's the shoot zone.
I'll see to it personally.
Charge in.
Grey hair, sure hand.
Very good.
I'll
I
make
also
it
mark it as a movement zone. But
What is the ringing?
it'll be fine, man. Just slug it out. You say scrap code melee protocols, then you make it shoot. Are you stupid or something?
This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause.
Oh, I hadn't even noticed this corrupted Ruststalker thing. I hate it.
I understand your intent. If I must.
Abelard duck.
Ancestors guide me.
Wow. Wow.
That's not the Seneschal's job. One fewer target.
Get back. You should finish first. Take
A
this
tactically
thing.
sound approach.
Servitor has so much health in this. I mean, like, I get it, but dang.
It will be done.
High momentum.
I'm not
I
accustomed
suppose I could
to
ask
being
both of you
ordered
to, like,
around.
leave, you know? That's better.
Isn't this a job?
How
for
you two just
serfs?
kill each other, huh? How about that? Bruh.
In the name of House Orselio, I shall prevail.
Abelard. Choppy.
At your beck and call. Victory is grey hair, sure hand. I'm not interested. Reduced to dust. At your beck
Okay,
and
let's
call.
see that.
Target well struck. Tried and tested.
Go
tactics
here
are the
so the
best
mints
ones.
can't run away. Harry.
It will be done. Someone else can do this.
Very good. Nobody's doing anything. We're just like
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
just watching the old man go ham on them.
Let's see to it. Naturally.
And I debuffed him.
But of course,
And
Lord Captain.
that will be plenty.
Cogitation failed.
Pascal cannot attack because he's stunned, but it's fine.
I'll see to it personally.
I'll let move up.
I move
as if unseen.
It's as good as done.
Have her
This tedium is
bounty.
Moving. No more.
And finish off the crusted rock smoker as well.
Lives beyond the veil.
Haskell stands motionless as he says the heretic's corpse. After a long silence, he finally says in a hollow voice, I am taking his neural cogitator. The data contained within must be analysed to support the catechism of maintenance and operation. Who did they put that out of his head? Vaulting! If it's contagious, request denied. The value of the data justifies the risk. The skull leans over the corpse, activates the sampling tool on one of the mechadendrites, and plunges it into the tangle of augmetics covering the heretic's skull. The glow of dead stars. That sounds amazing. Plus some bonus to logic. Cool. What? It's fine if it doesn't have any negative stats this time. Oh, what a wonderful weapon. Yeah. Definitely wasn't going to let him start showing us what his grand designs were. Look, I may be open-minded beyond what is sensible, but I'm also not senseless. When a guy's who's saying he can hear the whispers beyond the veil, telling him the future, pull out your damn guns, yo! Refuse, jars of flesh.
None are better at searching.
Adaptive flak vest. Ooh. That's pretty neat. It's medium armor. This is a single point of constant deflection, but it gets more. Okay, let's give him that. Sure.
I always have a backup plan.
Obstacle.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Honestly. He celebrates being old. A crack? Rank that soldier boy. And you may be wondering, why did we do that? And the answer is, I don't know.
I always keep my options open.
What are they gonna do? Stop me? That was a very scary, very heavy save just then. Oh boy, cult. Oh, that's a heretic Starbies. Yo, what's up, loser? It's time for your long overdue punishment. The Chaos Space Marine towers over the tech priest's bowed heads like a dark cliff. You're reciting a sermon, slowly, almost chanting. From the mere sound and deep low voice, you break into a cold sweat and your gorge rises. Listen, Vooch. My words reveal to you a path in the darkness unto the primordial truth, which has thrown open its gates for wayward souls, seeking deliverance from the shadow of lies and torments and enslavement. Your minds have shed the bonds of the dogma that guides you into the abyss. Accept now the hope granted by the greatest of the word-bearers. I knew a meeting at Rykard Minoris would be lost, but the run into anathema here. Now the garment did not mean he succumbed to heresy, Dolly. Your words in the clutches of the greatest evil known to the Imperium. Pascal Casey's former brother, Mrs. Riley, the new sphere signature of the defective unit has been archived. In accordance with the sacred commandments, I will tolerate no heresy and hereby sentence you to categorical disposal without dimension. Last week's remote first, Hickory's town in charge of the
I'll make an example out of you.
Yeah, I'm not listening to that madman's ramblings. All I ever wanted was the truth. No, you didn't, man. No, you bloody well didn't. Well, I mean, kind of did, but... Still an idiot. Now I'm just imagining Aretha sounding like that. Like, actually, like, you got all these, like, heroes of man going, I am Robotech Killerman, here to save the Imperium. And then you've just got, like... What was even the voice I just did? You just got this... one guy going, hi, with the truth. I am the framework of the world. That's just too funny.
On it. Who, if not me?
What a truly enlightened individual.
I'll see to it personally.
Back.
I'll make it
Rear.
happen.
I normally let Pascal do Pascal things.
Request denied.
You cannot mark the Chaos Marine. I'll just mark 3 of the cultists for now.
Request approved. My vow is to serve.
Flat. It's broken me costs 2 points, I see.
Request approved.
Oh well.
If it
Now
serves
let's
your
get
cause,
comfortable.
I am
Definitely mark
not
the
your
Chaos
Zeus
Space
pet
Marine.
monkey. If it serves your cause.
Pretty much all the
If I
cultists.
must. This tedium is beneath me.
Line up a shot. Very nice. Cassian lures every single enemy into the kill zone.
If I may. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, sweet. That guy fell for it. Nice. Chop chop.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
No, please, gather all around, toughest guy. This will surely not end poorly for you.
For the throne's glory.
Looks like I'm not affected. You little rat.
I won't object to it. Let's see to it.
This powers just consume no warp stuff. It's so good. And there's this user.
That's not the Seneschal's job. At your beck and call.
Charge in.
Gray hair, sure hand.
I don't like it when
I
they
will
start
do my
praying.
duty.
Let's stop that.
Indeed.
There we go.
Valentius. It will be done.
And let his miniature crusade begin.
At your beck and call. I took care of this one. It will be done.
Oh yeah, the Chaos Space Marine takes on multiple spaces. They're huge. I always forget that. Bonk bonk.
Indeed.
Let's just set him up for that. Machine Sphere Communion.
The scriptural prognosis is significant value.
Splat. Reduce the damage output because I just don't want to have to deal with that. And expose their weakness because I don't like them. What is it like how rare the Chaos Marines are presented in this? Like, they're just so, you know, they are actual threats.
Here's my
Come on, Everlord.
perfect moment.
Do heal
It will be done. At your beck and call. Target well struck. Grey hair, sure hand.
Make it reckless, because why not?
I took care of this one.
There we go. Anybody else? Anybody else? Pretty much all the contests I've been gibbed. A heretical bolter. Yeah, no, we're definitely used to that. Arc stretch this mantle. All bonuses and whereas combat tax here is increased by 5% one round. I see. That seems kind of annoying, so I'm not going to do anything with that.
My success was inevitable.
It does raise the question of what I'm supposed to do with these cranks I put so much effort into getting.
Keep your wits about you.
Salvage, kind of.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
This terminal. An Electu. You know, I totally forgot about that stupid thing. Smack, kick.
Well, what do we have here?
Trinket.
Keep a
Oh,
sharp eye.
well.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile
Rise to the
investment.
top, or get left in the dust.
Seems like there's no way for me to advance otherwise. Unless this telltale sign is placed very furious at the threat, you see fate from static working. You see.
Watching the lazy handle sacred technology breaks my heart, figuratively speaking. My kind
I have a nose for profit, and a taste for adventure.
Have the both of us interact with the data furnace. Input the code to disable the traps and let's request Theodora's data. It smells like farts in here. Rumbling builds up in the bowels of the furnace, growing stronger with the pace of the sound of ancient motors. The rumble is echoed by the screeching of metal gears and the clanging of unknown mechanisms. Slowly, almost hesitantly, the creation of the Udepson's mechanics disgorges a databank engraved with the coat of arms of House von Valentius. Awesome. But let's get out of here before I need a more thorough shower than what I've already got. I thought you were immune to poison. Duration permanent. Oh great, we're
My
drunk off our
mind is
nose.
focused.
Bro, your mind is not focused. You are
Miscalculations
literally
are for commoners. I don't make mistakes.
sloshed.
I make profitable learning experiences.
Anyway. Do I feel like going in with minus 15 weapon ballistic skill?
Over there.
Watch your steps.
Honestly, not
A
really.
trivial task.
It's just such a pain to go all the way
Too
back.
hard for a simple monkey.
Oh, that does remind me there was treasure to get, wasn't there? I'm fulfilling my most noble task of stripping everything of its worth. Ooh. Each of the warrior's melee attacks made against enemies on the effect of exposed weakness. Ooh. Not very true. Why did I want to go up here? Is it quick? It's not.
An expected result.
I guess it is a little quick, isn't it?
Nothing's impossible for this old
Always keep
officer.
your eye on the prize.
And I guess that I will have to save the boss fight for tomorrow. Assuming there is a boss fight and we don't just like decide randomly not to. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day and